Off if you want, but it'll be.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Clyde Park. This is the round 2 clash between Red Lions and Rangeville Hockey Club in the A1 men's competition of Toowoomba Hockey Association. My name is Matt Cook and I'm the Regional Hockey Manager here at Toowoomba Hockey Association, and tonight I'm joined by Amanda Moo Ross. How are you going, Moo?
I'm great, Matt. Yourself?
Not too bad. Looking forward to seeing some great hockey tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the first, obviously, that we're live streaming for the men for our club matches, so it'll be exciting to see what the boys have got.
Absolutely. Red Lions came in round 1 off a 4-all draw against Past High. Coach Scott Downs probably wasn't thrilled with the result from round 1, so they'll be looking to have a bit of retribution tonight. And Rangeville went down 4-2 in round 1 against Newtown, but a good fight back in the second half. Pegged 2 late goals back and really took it to a slick Newtown outfit in the men's comp. As we see Rangeville start rocking the ball around the back with Smith. Down the left-hand side in the midfield, Bradford dispossessed by Nielsen. Nielsen to Goose down the right. Wins a free hit.
Nathan Case on the ball now. Great press there by Rangeville. Didn't have many options.
Went direct into the circle and just got a small touch off the goalkeeper, Will Scorer. So it'll be a long corner here for Red Lions in the first 2 minutes of play. Michael Boyd now on the ball for Lions. Looking his option, goes over the top to an overlapping Nathan Case on the right-hand side. Goes direct in. Deemed dangerous by the umpire, and then it'll be a free hit for Rangeville with Smith on the ball. Young gun Tommy Campbell in midfield gets an early touch. Round the back they go.
Unlucky touch there by Pecker. Rangeville ball still in their own half. Kyle Harland on the ball now.
Interesting to see a different shape this week for Rangeville, playing with 3 at the back. Nearly got the number in the midfield there. Hamish Speed, number 6 for Rangeville's an extra number in the midfield, and nearly found him there. Couldn't quite get a connection. As we see Michael Boyd on the ball. Wilson Love here for Rangeville, working back to win the ball.
Oh, great tackle there.
Dispossessed by Bidgood. Couldn't quite find Goose though. Well intercepted by Rangeville. Michael Boyd strong, challenge, wins the ball, finds Bidgood on the right-hand side. Couldn't quite find Hobday. Still on the ball here, Josh Bidgood. Goes direct. Touched over the back line. That'll be a long corner. Red Lions dominating the possession early in the game.
They've certainly started off at a very quick pace, the boys.
Certainly finds a 2-on-1 here with Will Nielsen on the right. Again, goes direct early. Probably needs to look to feed the ball into the circle rather than force it through players. Back and around they go here. Burge now on the ball. Burge. Mitchell Smith here on the ball. Great ball out, finds Bidgood. Here's Hobday. Well defended by Rangeville, protecting the middle of the field well.
The defensive for Rangeville has been really well here, doing really well. Seem to break it down, get that free hit.
Carl Harland here on the ball. Pressured well by Ollie Harding. Does well. Forces a turnover through Lachlan Brownhalls or Pekka. Forced to go back. Mitchell Smith on the ball now. Will Nielsen carries well. Numbers forward here for Rangeville. Can't quite control it, but they'll win a free hit in their attacking 25. Their first raid into Red Lions territory here. As we see some substitutions on and off the field, Craig Smith enters the fray, along with Elliot Speed.
Bit of a strong whistle there by the umpire.
Good tackle there from young Hamish Speed. Wins a free hit for his team.
Unlucky.
Rangeville on the ball here on their left-hand side. Quite a condensed midfield tonight. Plenty of numbers in there, but a good ball here. Forced through. Free hit just outside the circle.
Rangeville just starting to build a bit of pressure here.
Yep.
Seems to be attacking a bit more now. They've found their way through that midfield of the Red Lions.
Settling well into the game, Rangeville.
Oh, just unlucky there.
Had a bit of an early onslaught from Lions, but ultimately didn't give away a good chance and have defended resolutely. Space here in behind if Red Lions can get the ball right early. They go left.
Great ball.
The space is on the right now. Pemba finds Bidgood. There's the space. Pops it to Hobday. Hobday, great save from Will Scorer.
Oh, that was a great play there by Red Lions.
Great outlet, but a bit too much space for Rangeville's liking there. They'll probably want to condense the space on the field and not have as much space between their midfield and striking lines as Red Lions recycle the ball out onto the right-hand side. Back to Smith. Better organisation now from Rangeville. Nick Bidgood spits it out to the right. Dylan Pemba now on the ball. Kane Bradford now on the ball for Rangeville, bursting out of defence, upright backhand pass. Jack Hiller on the ball. Slick counter-attacking move here from Rangeville. Bit of physicality there from Mitchell Smith. Craig Smith now on the ball. Classy midfielder here for Lions, breaking lines to Pemba. To Lachlan Brownhalls to the T-spot. Again, great defending, protecting the middle of the field from Rangeville, forcing a long corner. Brownhalls now on the ball. Driving in. Slips it in. Great touch and a goal.
Oh, great goal. They built that up very nicely then.
Josh Bidgood coming in from the right.
I don't know about anybody else, but I half expected a one-on-one there. I'm used to the one-on-ones from Club Glenvale Challenge.
Yeah, it's a great format, and you'll see tonight in our halftime show, we'll have some highlights from the final of the Club Glenvale Challenge, where you'll get to see some of our field goals and then a shootout to follow. Red Lions regain possession off the start here. Nathan Case finds Michael Boyd. Over the top he goes. Can't quite find a teammate, but they'll press in this pocket here. Tommy Campbell, great tackle from Boyd, picks him off, finds Pemba. Rangeville again defending the middle well, but they nearly lose out to Elliott Speed, doing well to pressure. Can't quite win it. Nathan Case, rare mistrap from Nutter. And Rangeville will push up here. Great to see the young players move, growing in confidence from their Club Glenvale Challenge experience and ultimately stepping up now to play key roles in our A1 competition.
Yeah, absolutely. The opportunity for them to play with other players as well and learn from them and to bring it back to the club only benefits the club. So it's fantastic that they've taken on those challenges and brought it back to the club.
Most certainly, and tonight there's a number of young players in both lineups, but also a number of players selected in the Queensland Under-21 squad. So they'll be heading to the Queensland Under-21 trials next week. The likes of Elliott Speed for Red Lions, Dylan Pemba for Red Lions. Great to see a number of Toowoomba athletes selected in those squads.
Absolutely. And again, all of that experience gets to come back to club and Toowoomba. So everyone will benefit from those experiences.
And it really is a busy hockey period. So after the long weekend next week with the trials, the next weekend is the Open Championships.
How exciting, here in our hometown.
And if you don't have anything planned for the long weekend in May, make sure you get out here and check out some of the best hockey action from around Queensland. We've got some teams from the North Queensland, Central Queensland, and plenty of local rivalries with Toowoomba and Ipswich and Brisbane all fighting it out to see who will be the best regional centre, or the best centre, in Queensland.
How many teams are coming, Matt?
I believe there'll be 10 teams in the male competition, and 9 or 10 teams in the female competition. So it should be a really strong competition with around 20 teams participating in the event, and it should be 3 days of quality hockey for everyone to check out. And you'll see some of our top Toowoomba players and top young guns, as we see Tommy Campbell, who'll be playing for Toowoomba on the ball now, playing in the tournament. And Toowoomba will be sending 2 teams, one Toowoomba number 1 team and Toowoomba number 2 team, I should say. And it'll be great to see some of our young players getting an opportunity, especially in our number 2 side.
Again, fantastic experiences for all of them, getting to play with, again, some of the older and more experienced team members from across Toowoomba, myself included in that older bracket. But it's great for everyone. Everyone gets to learn something. Maybe us oldies can learn something from the young ones as well.
You never stop learning, Moo.
Ever.
Back to the action here with Pemba. Down the line he goes. Young gun, Ollie Harding, can't quite get a touch. And well done from Carl Harland in the Rangeville defence to win a free hit. Harlan goes over the top. Nathan Case, too good, intercepts well. Does well to find Nielsen on the right. To Goose. Wins a free hit just outside the circle. Brownhill's on the ball now. Bit of confusion here. Bradford engage Brownhills. Umpires will convene here.
And they've got the headsets in as well, so they're talking to each other.
And a short
There we
corner's
go.
been awarded here, so Kane Bradford's been deemed to have stepped out or inside the 5 and tackled Lachlan Brownhalls, and ultimately a penalty corner's been awarded.
I believe that's what Pecker was playing for. He knew that if he took that step, that he should have had that short corner. So Pecker was all over it.
And for the viewers that aren't quite sure of the rule, Moo, do you want to give a quick explanation of the 5 metre rule inside the attacking 23?
So the attacking person has to take it 5 metres before entering the circle. However, if a defender actually approaches the attacking before that 5 metres and they're not 5 themselves, then that's an immediate short corner.
As we see a free hit now for Rangeville out of defence. Well defended from the penalty corner. Nathan Case intercepts, finds Brownhalls. Great running on the penalty corner defence as we're just looking at a replay on our screens here from Rangeville. Got out quick and blocked that first drag flick.
Good lead there by Ollie. Picks it up on the baseline. Just a free hit there to Rangeville now. Come back to the 16.
Back and around they go, Rangeville. Good ball out to the left-hand side. Good space in behind. Can't quite find it, but ultimately they've hung in there, Rangeville. They're 1-0 down, but this first quarter they've had a lot of defence to do and they've ultimately defended reasonably well for long periods.
There's a minute to go here, Matt.
Couldn't quite get a result there from a circle entry, but they'll be happy with that. Starting to get into the game. 3v3 here, so Rangeville are comfortable going man on man at the back.
Just a quick update, it's still 0-0 on the past High vs Norths game on field 2, 0-0.
And the women?
In the women.
Carl Harland on the ball, and that's quarter time.
Great first quarter there by Red Lions. I mean, that could have been a lot more as well, but I feel like Rangeville's defence has really held up.
And we'll be back shortly for action in the second quarter. And welcome back to the second quarter of the A1 match here between Red Lions and Rangeville. Red Lions currently winning 1-0. Got the Hockey Queensland Association Coach of the Year. Am I right in saying that, Moo?
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations, Moo, on the award. It's great achievement and very well deserved. And it was also great to see a number of Toowoomba people and initiatives, I suppose, gaining recognition this week in the Hockey Queensland Awards. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the awards, Moo?
Yeah, so for 2020, Hockey Queensland, or every year, and that's a great goal.
We'll go back to live action there. Bradley Hobday gets a touch. Great start from Red Lions. Entry down their left-hand side of the field. Slick ball movement to the T-spot, running the back line and thrown across the face for a tap-in.
And Johnny on the spot, right there on that post.
Bradley Hobday, he's got a knack of it. Very efficient as Callum McKelliot's dispossessed. Red Lions are in here.
Oh,
they smell blood.
3-on-2.
Harding across the face.
Oh, great save.
Well defended. Rangeville need to stay resolute. They were disciplined for long periods of that first quarter, but they can't let this early goal shake them here. They've got to stay disciplined, got to stay resolute, stay in the game, and you never know what can happen.
They were almost caught napping then, weren't they? They weren't ready for that quick attack from the Red Lions, and that just left them on the back foot a little bit.
Absolutely. And maybe we might go back to the Hockey Queensland Awards. We were interrupted by a great goal from Red Lions.
Yeah, so every year Hockey Queensland have their awards, and there's a number of categories that the associations can nominate, whatever they may be: Umpire of the Year, Association of the Year, Initiative of the Year, Coach of the Year. And thankfully, or luckily, Toowoomba, we were nominated in quite a few of those, and one being Coach of the Year and another one being Initiative of the Year.
As we see a penalty corner won by young gun Ollie Harding for Red Lions. They've really started quickly in this second quarter.
They have.
Coach Scotty Downs has obviously had a word to them, and they've started quickly. Rangeville really need to sharpen up here. Probably just too open for my liking.
They just can't contain the pace in which the forwards in the midfield are just getting that ball back to them.
And we'll see the penalty corner here for Red Lions. Two batteries here. Bid good.
I'm going left side.
Left side?
Left side battery.
Going the hit move.
Yeah.
It is the hit. Direct shot. Great save from scorer. Finds Bid good.
Oh, unlucky.
Just touches the back stick there. Great umpiring. Right on the scene.
The umpire's doing a fantastic job again tonight, and the professionalism that Corey Moore showed before the game, warming up, like any good umpire and players should.
Absolutely, the umpires are just like field players. They've got to warm up and warm down. A lot of Ks ran, especially in a high intensity, quick game like this. They've got to be mobile. They've got to be moving. As we see, Bid good finds Harding. Harding with a shot, just wide.
No one on the post there on that left side.
Looks like it's got a touch, so that'll be a long corner. Really starting to ramp up the pressure here, Red Lions. They smell blood. Bid good, spits it back out here to Smith. Schroeder fires it in. Deemed dangerous by the umpire. And Rangeville outlet. Need to try and keep the ball for longer periods now. Get their players higher up the field. Fires the ball into McCurley out in the midfield. Spits it out to the right. Corey Goose just gets a touch and that's out of bounds. Good intensity though from the Lions to press well. Force them under pressure. Again down the line, Corey Goose low. Denies that passing lane down the line.
Rangeville just don't have an answer at the moment for their press.
I think they're struggling to find the help side. If you look at the field now, Moo, there's not really an outlet
on that
left-hand side. So they're kind of stuck on the ball side. And a good turnover here, Ollie Harding. Breaks at speed, finds the T-spot. Elliot Speed across the face. Great save, Will scorer. Great save. Had some great games in the Club Glenvale Challenge and he's brought his form into the A-grade competition. Nick Bidgood now on the ball for Lions, just outside the circle. Smith here for Lions on the ball. Nielsen couldn't quite get on the end of that one.
Just while there's a bit of a break in the play, we can just quickly duck back to those Queensland.
We'll get there. Every time we bring it up, it's nearly a goal-scoring opportunity, so we'll see what happens here.
So out of those awards, we've had quite a few winners. We had Volunteer of the Year, which was by Emma Ziviani.
Zippy. Well-deserved, absolutely.
Absolutely. We had myself for Association Coach of the Year, and then Initiative of the Year for our under-15 carnival that we held in October late last year when we were all a bit under the pump with COVID. So it's fantastic to see all of our hard work recognised, and it's fantastic.
Oh, certainly, Moo, and I think I've only obviously been part of the Toowoomba community for a short period of time, but the work that yourself and Emma do, plus a number of other fantastic volunteers we have here in Toowoomba Hockey Association is amazing, and ultimately we wouldn't have the opportunities to run the programs and deliver this great product without the wonderful volunteers that we have. And I was up in Cairns last year when you guys ran the Initiative of the Year, the Under-15s Carnival, and we even had players up in Cairns travel all the way down to participate in that tournament. So it was a fantastic initiative, and hats off to Toowoomba Hockey Association for running it. And I believe it was the biggest hockey tournament in 2020 in Australia.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't have been hard when COVID struck and there wasn't much, but we felt that we needed to do something for the associations and get together and just run something in that October period when everything had all the restrictions had resided.
Upright back stick there from Smith. Here we go. Corey Goose goes for the shot. Doesn't quite get on the end of it, but across the face. Another save from scorer. Goal mouth scrambles. Messi. It's cleared just, but back to Boyd here for Red Lions. He'll go direct. And a long corner. 16. Scrappy goal mouth scramble there. Craig Smith with a great shot, and Will Scorer with a fantastic save. Good desperation from Rangeville's defence.
It ended up being a long corner there. The Red Lions took that. They've got back on the ball now and on that sideline.
Smith here to Nielsen. Callum McKelly gets a great intervention to force a long corner. We need to be a little bit tighter. There's a couple of spare players in the circle for Red Lions. But Hamish Speed does well. Picked off though. Jack Hill here. Got some speed. Here he goes. He's dangerous, Hill. Fires it through. Great counter-attack from Rangeville. One more pass. Can't quite get there, but Hill's still pressuring well.
Just couldn't get control of it there.
Good counter-attack from Rangeville. They'll be encouraged by that, but as they committed numbers forward, they've left themselves a little bit open. Here is Craig Smith. Does well, beats one. Gets it across to Hobday. Pushes across the face. Scorer does well. Is down on the ball.
Just a short corner.
Umpire deemed that the ball was stuck under Scorer there, but I think Carl Harlan managed to get a clearance. Probably
a bit harsh there, but I mean, umpires saw it differently, so short corner regardless.
Absolutely, and as we said before, both umpires are wired up or mic'd up tonight, so they'll both be working together, and we're very lucky with Toowoomba to have that technology available to assist our officials in controlling these games.
Still 0-0 up on field 2 for the girls' games. Past Eye versus Norths. I would have half expected to be Past Eye up by this stage on Norths, but obviously it was a strong game up there.
And a great flick there. Corey Goose off the first battery, low and hard to the keeper's stick side and into that corner of the net.
Great goal.
And Corey's in our Toowoomba Open men's side this year, and he's been working very hard on his corner work. We had a training on Wednesday night, and he stayed back for a little bit extra flicking at the end, and good to see that pay off.
All the Open teams have been putting in the hard work with 2 sessions a week, and some doing a little bit more afterwards as well. So hopefully all the teams will be in good shape for 2 weeks? Week and a half?
Not long now, is it? Yeah, about 2 weeks to go before our first game in the Opens Championship. And as we said before, we need all of Toowoomba behind our Open sides. It's obviously at a club weekend, we all support our clubs, and the 5 clubs have great membership base and great supporters. But if we can all unite and unify to get behind the Toowoomba teams, it'll give us the best possible chance at having that extra home ground advantage for the Opens Championship. And I'd love nothing more to see our men and our women up there and on the finals day competing for the title.
Absolutely, especially in our hometown.
Certainly. Toowoomba's got a great history of producing top players and having success at that level, so it'd be great to see at home our men and our women competing and challenging for those final positions. As we see Red Lions here, down the line, ball falls to Goose, across the face, unselfish. And that's going to be a stroke.
A penalty stroke.
We'll have a look at our replay. You guys at home, unfortunately, don't have access to this, but we'll fill you in. So the ball was squared. Craig Smith, I believe, was steaming in. The ball struck a defender in line with the goal. I'm not sure if it was a shot. The ball was definitely travelling towards the goal.
Yeah.
And the goalkeeper wasn't in a net. So fair enough. We'll see Michael Boyd now from Red Lions step up for the chance to
In or out?
Oh, back Boydie.
Back Boyd. I'm going bottom left.
I'll go right, bottom right, just to be different. And it is left, mid left, and it's in. Michael Boyd makes it 4-0 here. Really good quarter for Red Lions. They've definitely raised the intensity and come out with a bit more intent. And ultimately 3 goals in this quarter makes it 4-0 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
I wonder what Downsy said at quarter time. Because they almost come out with a bit more intensity, haven't they?
Most certainly they have. Callum McCurley-Old, another young gun, great ball forward. Couldn't quite find their high striker in Jack Hill. Rangeville on the ball now.
Just a bit loose there. Nothing. That striker just wasn't there in time.
Probably just lacking that connection between the Rangeville midfield and their strikers. Now starting to see Red Lions probably start to get some nice connections between their midfielders and strikers, and ultimately creating some nice chances from it. When Rangeville do have their ventures forward, it seems like that final pass is just forced on occasions, and they're not finding a four-stick or not finding a player in the attacking 25 as they do there. But again, Pekka picks off well and launches a counter-attack with Ollie Harding steaming forward. Ambitious ball across the field, but Carl Harlan gets a touch, and that'll be a long corner. Here we go, Elliott Speed across the face. Free hit for the defence.
Now that all teams have played, Matt, who do you think's favourite for the men's competition?
Hard to say after one round of games, but
Really?
one match, not even one round. Sorry, I should say. But I think Newtown was solid in the men's last week, 4-2. I think Red Lions tonight have really shown their quality last. As Ollie Harding puts it away, great finish on the near post. Making
As you were
it 5.
talking about quality.
Absolutely, yeah, great quality finish. Last week, Red Lions played past tie and it finished 4-all, but from a statistical point of view, I was there and then took some stats, and past tie had 6 opportunities or 6 shots all game, and they scored 4 goals.
Oh, all right.
Whereas Red Lions had 26 opportunities and scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
So I think it was probably a blip or maybe a potential anomaly.
Yep.
Credit to past tie, who defended resolutely and I suppose...
And took their opportunities when they had them.
And put Red Lions off a little bit, but this week they've shown their quality, and 5 goals in the first half.
First 35 minutes.
Yeah, looking really sharp, and I think there's more to come from these Lions boys. They look hungry tonight.
It'd be interesting to see the Newtown versus Red Lions match, to see who is the bigger cat.
Yeah, I'm new to it. I'm new to Toowoomba, but I understand it's a pretty big rivalry between the two clubs, and ultimately been 2 of the more successful teams over the last couple of seasons. But I'm looking forward to seeing these young players develop over this season. Rangeville will only get better. There's a lot of young guys, particularly in key roles. Tonight, Tommy Campbell's 15 years of age, playing central midfield, and he'll learn from this, and he'll develop over this year. Callum McCurley-Old as well is in the midfield for Rangeville. Hamish Speed also, as we see him bundled over by Lachlan Brownhills. They'll toughen up. They'll develop, get used to this intensity, and over the season I can see these guys improving significantly. Additionally, with past tie and Norths as well.
And I guess probably, Matt, from a bit of background, Rangeville haven't had a men's team probably, I don't know if it was 2018 or 2019, they joined forces with Norths. So they've actually got a few of the younger boys come through and help the strength. So it's great to see them field a full Rangeville team.
Absolutely.
And only that will help the club, and that will help them get better in the coming years.
Most certainly. I think 5 teams is great for a regional centre, to have 5 A-grade teams in men and in women. And I think another initiative that really helps us grow our depth in the game is our Club Glenvale Challenge. And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you watching tonight, take a look now at some of our highlights from the men's Club Glenvale Challenge final, and we'll be back very shortly for the second half of the A1 fixture between Red Lions and Rangeville.
And we're back here with the second half. 5-0 to Red Lions on field 1. And it's still 0-all on field 2 with the ladies. And Rangeville was off to a bit of a flyer there, but just met by a bit of a brick wall.
Yeah, Wilson
by
Love went
Boydie.
rogue. And does that result surprise you, Moo, in the women? 0-all between Norths and Past Time?
Absolutely. I would have half expected Past High to at least be up by 1 or at least 2 by now, which shows that there's probably some great defence happening there by Norths and maybe even some great attack by Norths as well to put Past High on the back foot.
Oh, great to see an even competition in our women's competition this year.
Yeah, it brings it all back a bit and levels the playing field, which is nice.
Most certainly. As we see here, Red Lions on the ball. Burge back to Smith, to Case, to Boyd. Just not a lot of pressure on the ball here from Rangeville. Ultimately, they're protecting the middle, but Red Lions have plenty of time and space to make different decisions and find connections. As we see one there from Case to Brownhalls, just cleared by Rangeville. Coach Scotty Downs being very vocal from the sidelines, asking his boys to be very patient here, keep the ball for longer periods.
Oh.
Great connection.
Oh, save.
Great save from scorer. Well followed in there by Elliot Speed. Couldn't quite get on the end of it, and that's a 16, is it?
Yeah, 16 there,
16.
yeah.
Speed doesn't quite agree with that call, but an initial great shot from Lachlan Brownhalls, but a great save there. Ball was travelling quickly up on his glove side.
And great skill by Pekka there, just to quickly turn in and have a shot on top of the goal, top of the D.
Good tackle there from Burge, wins a free hit.
It's a very different defensive setup that Red Lions have compared to Rangeville. Like, they've got the back four there, the boys, whereas Rangeville seem to have a bit of trouble getting out of their defensive half.
Yeah, I think we alluded to before the young guys on the Rangeville side are obviously playing key roles in the midfield. And I think over the season they'll probably be more comfortable in and around the quality midfielders in this competition in terms of the lead midfielders in this Red Lions outfit, with the likes of Bidgood and Brownhalls and even Craig Smith and Will Nielsen. But I think also probably what's lacking for me is the help side outlet, so that the ability to get the ball to the other side of the field. Once the ball's on the right, as we see here for Rangeville, they're struggling to get the ball to the other side where ultimately there's a lot more space. And a lot of the time they're forcing the ball down the side as they get a little bit lucky, as the ball eventually does go to the help side without a lot of control though.
Just a bit loose there, aren't they?
Most certainly. Elliot Speed, good touch across the face. Backhand here for Will Nielsen. I don't know if that's
got over the sideline, hasn't it?
essentially, he's got the pitching wedge on that one. It's gone straight up in the air. And we see a green card here issued to Corey Goose from Red Lions. They'll be reduced to 10 players for the next 2 minutes. An opportunity here for Rangeville Moon.
Yeah, and hopefully we often see teams score with 1 less or 2 less people on the field, so hopefully Rangeville can capitalise on this opportunity.
I think it's a good opportunity for them to utilise the width and the depth on the field now. Ultimately, with one more player, if they can stretch Red Lions from side to side and get some strikers up higher, more space will be available for them to find connections and find teammates.
And they showed very good patience there, didn't they, Rangeville? Just rocking it around the back.
Most certainly. The temptation is when you get a player up is to try and force it and get the ball to your strikers straight away. But if you can be patient and manipulate the opposition in front of you, ultimately you should create a better quality opportunity.
And they almost look like a better defensive back four here as well.
Turnover now, opportunity to counter-attack for Lions. They'll just take their time though, obviously being a player down, they'll take time off the clock. Smith here, finds the ball to Bidgood, to his brother here, Josh Bidgood, on the backhand across the face. Deemed dangerous by the umpire there, and that'll be a 16-yard hit for Rangeville. Is it a little tactical change here, Moo? Maybe have they gone to a back four in the second half?
It looks like it, Matt. It looks
does.
like that they've gone back to a back four. I think they've worked out that they can't get out and they need some extra support in this defensive role.
Well done from young McCurley-Old. Strong on the ball and wins a free hit for his team. Harlan now on the ball. Fires it out to the right half.
And look how easy that was that they got out of that defence then.
Tommy
that
Campbell on the ball. Again down the right. But Burge intercepts. And Hobday on the ball, but he's lost out to Hill. Across he goes, ball in circle. McCurley-Old couldn't quite get on the end of it. And it'll be a Lions ball here. Dylan Pemba. Great ball down the line, but well intercepted. I'm looking for his name.
Mitch Roberts.
By Roberts, thanks Jasper. And Roberts has been good tonight. I've noticed him in crucial defensive scenarios where he's intercepted well and intervened in dangerous moments. Looks like quite a tall defender, so he's got a nice reach and ultimately plucked that interception quite nicely. Here they go, Rangeville. Tommy Campbell. Good challenge from Smith. Sees it out for a long corner.
Rangeville seem to be attacking a lot more down their right side now, so they've found something that's working for them at the moment. They seem to be capitalising on it a little bit.
Yeah, I think the back four's just given them more opportunity to play on both sides of the field and as we said, find that help side, which they probably struggled to do in the first half.
Just run that over the baseline. Another opportunity. As you mentioned before in the first half, it's that last little phase that Rangeville haven't been able to connect with each other, and so I think that's what they probably need to start working on a little bit more.
Well done from Wilson Love though to intercept. He drives quickly to the middle of the field, gets in the road. Hamish Smith and loses a potential option, but he finds Jack Hill on the right, down into the pocket, but can't quite control it. And as you said, Moo, that final connection or that final pass just isn't quite clean there for Rangeville. Burge now on the ball for Red Lions. Quite an aggressive press though from Rangeville. They get through though. They find Michael Boyd. Plenty of space ahead.
Great
Finds
ball.
Pemba. Ahead.
Ooh.
Scorer with an intervention. Hamish Speed throws it through to Jack Hill, but Michael Boyd does well to work back and intercept. Good contest between the two.
Yeah, they're still going. Great tackle.
Carl Harlan.
Yeah.
Yep. Experience at the back from Haaland, and he'll be another key member in the Toowoomba Open men's side this year. And he overheads to another one. Defensive duo there in Nathan Case and Carl Haaland. Nick Bidgood there just with the forced pass to the left, couldn't quite find Burge, and that's a turnover here. Hamish Speed on the ball for Rangeville. Throws it on the inside, intercepted by Burge. Finds Boyd. Out to Lachlan Brownhills or Pekka. Finds Elliot Speed with a great weighted ball. Cuts inside. Across the face on the backhand. Just finds Pemba.
Great pace by Pemba.
1-2 with Pemba, but Haaland intercepts. And that'll be a 16. Right place, right time for Haaland again. And Carl was actually our player of the series or player of the tournament in the Club Glendale Challenge.
And rightly deserved. He was rock in their team and played fantastically for the whole entire series.
Yeah, he's a reliable defender, Carl.
Been a member of the Queensland country team for a number of years now.
Back and around he goes. Roberts on the ball. Well done. Wilson Love now on the ball, but again, Michael Boyd, strong challenge. He's been good tonight, Boyd.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those hands from Pekka. Beats one, beats two.
Still got it.
Spits it back out here to Burge. In the pocket here to Pemba on the wide tee. Finds Smith on the tee spot. Well defended though. Craig Smith in a more advanced role than we normally see him.
He's usually in midfield.
Yeah, playing up front tonight. I suppose when you're 5-0 up, you can try a few different things, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Good running there from Red Lions. Strikers working hard to win the ball back. Hobday on the ball. Spits it back out here to Bidgood. Nick Bidgood, that is. And a free hit on the sideline here to Red Lions. And that's a short corner. Again, the rule that Moo explained in the first half. If a defender's not 5 inside the defensive 23 and they engage, often it's blown as a short corner, and we'll see another example now. Red Lions have a number of options here from the top of the circle, so they'll huddle up and get together and discuss their variation that they may try. Got Elliot Speed to potentially flick off the first battery, and Burge to, I would suggest, hit, but not known for his flicking, but looks like he's setting up.
I'd say first battery with a flick.
This would, that would probably tell me it could go to the first battery, but Craig Smith's on the left as well, so plenty of options for Lions. We'll see what they go with. Good injection to the first battery. Little miss trap. But they find Pekka on the right. Good skills. Slap. Scorer with the save. But over the top.
It's over and in.
Great rebound.
Yeah.
Hobday gets his second.
Johnny on the spot, wasn't he?
Yeah, great with those rebounds and deflections, Hobday. He's got quick, fast twitch fibres, so his hands are quick. Picked up the rebound and flicked it up over the goalkeeper. Scorer did well to make the first save, but unfortunately didn't have enough around him to follow in. And Wilson Love goes solo again, goes rogue.
Was he 5 though? Was Red Lions 5?
Deemed so by the umpire. And they take the free hit here. Nathan Case on the ball. Schroeder goes down the line. Corey Goose, well defended. Again, Carl Haaland. He's been good tonight. He's had a lot of work to do.
There's only so much defending you can do, can't you? You can't win a game by defending. As much as we'd all like to.
Us defenders, the Defenders Union.
The president of that union over here.
I don't know about that, Mel. I thought I saw you up front last week.
And we still lost. That's why I was a striker.
Down the line, Red Lions go here. Dylan Pember on the ball. Good skills to cut infield. Throws a nice ball to Pekka. Pekka with the early shot off a defender's stick. And then it'll be a long corner. Just looped up in the air. Potential for an overhead smash, tennis style, but couldn't quite get on the end of it. And then it'll be a long corner. Pekka here. Fires it out to Smith on the right. Overlapping.
Elliott Speed, free as a bird on the top of the circle.
There he is.
Oh.
Cleared by Rangeville.
Dangerous for a second there for Red Lions.
Geez, they've been good tonight, Lions. I think they really had a point to prove. They weren't happy last week with the 4-4 draw against Past High, and I think whoever they came up against tonight, they would have had a point to prove. And unfortunately for Rangeville, they've been on the receiving end of a hungry Red Lion.
Absolutely. And it's still 0-0 on field 2 with the ladies team. Norths have a short corner, so I wonder if this will go in as well. So again, this is a bit of a surprise result so far.
Defending premiers Past High up against Norths in the women.
Yeah.
Here we see Will Nielsen now on the ball. One of our under-18 young guns. He'll be playing in the Opens Championship in a few weeks for the second side of Toowoomba. Nathan Case as well, another one of our Toowoomba Open rep players. Spits it back out to Smith. To Brownhall's little glance down the line to Ollie Harding. Ollie wins a free hit just outside. Elliott Speed takes it quickly. Great skills, 3D skills. Pops it back onto the foot of Harland.
Just a short corner.
Yeah, really good from Elliott Speed. As we mentioned before, recently selected in the Queensland Under-21 squad. He's actually new to Queensland. Played his junior hockey in New South Wales, and
we won't hold that against him.
Yeah, we won't hold it against him. I believe his mother's a Queenslander, or spent a bit of time in Queensland a few years ago. But played for New South Wales in the junior state teams and moved to Toowoomba, and it's great to welcome new players into the association.
Absolutely. So there's 20 seconds left on the clock. This will be the last play before we go to three-quarter time.
So the first battery here, Corey Goose with the flick, strikes the runner. Kane Bradford was out quick. Good courage from Bradford. That's going to sting a little bit, but running quickly and running a good line to ultimately block that first drag flick. A little bit tender as he walks back.
Run it off, Kane.
And he'll be asked to do that again, I'm sure. As Red Lions commit all 10 field players up onto the edge of the circle here.
It's a bit of a daunting looking out from that defensive short corner to see all 10 players there.
We've got Goose on battery 1. This time it goes to Speed on battery 2 with the flick. Well run again from Bradford. Ball to the left and it's just wide.
Short corner. Great quarter by Red Lions.
And that finishes 6-0 to Red Lions. Couple of adjustments from Rangeville. Ultimately, they started to play out from the back a little bit more efficiently. But again, Red Lions with their quality in the midfield, creating some great opportunities and ultimately adding another one to the tally to make it 6-0. We'll be back shortly for action of the last quarter in tonight's match. And welcome back to Clive Park here as we approach the fourth quarter of the clash between Rangeville and Red Lions in the A1 men's fixture here. Red Lions pressing aggressively, couldn't quite get on the end of it. They currently lead 6-0 against Rangeville. As we see an overhead into the corner, Jack Hill chasing hard, just keeps it in across the face. Brett Rollerson, or Turtle, nearly got his first touch of the night.
Nearly. He's 0 for 0 tonight, which I guess is a pretty good thing for a goalkeeper.
Oh, I think ultimately when the defence is solid and the midfield's controlling the game, the goalkeepers love it.
Mm-hmm. So Matt, quick question. How do you feel about quarters? What's your opinion on it? Good, bad?
I think ultimately for hockey as a sport, holistically to grow, they're imperative. Mm-hmm. Initially when I was a coach, when I was coaching them, I didn't like it. Initially I was quite big on fitness and outlasting your direct opponent, and I thought quarters gave everyone an opportunity to have more rest breaks. Mm-hmm. But from a holistic point of view, when you're looking at opportunities to advertise and get sponsors to sponsor and support hockey and keep the future of hockey in safe hands, quarters are a great opportunity when we broadcast to acknowledge our partners and support people. So I definitely understand the need for it. And I think hockey is such a fast-flowing game that we don't have opportunities once we're in live action to cut to ad breaks like cricket and rugby league and when there are stoppages. So quarters obviously brings that into hockey. But yeah, from a coaching perspective, initially I didn't love it, but I think as anything, the more you do it, the more you get used to it, the more you can adjust and change things. I think also from a coaching point of view, I suppose it does give you more opportunities to change and adjust things.
I know from a player's perspective, I often forget which quarter I'm in. So you wonder, where you are in the game. But that's probably the only real downside is sometimes you just forget which quarter you're in. But I think it's great because, it sort of levels the game to a certain degree in terms of fitness. But it fastens the game. Everyone's going at 100 mile an hour for the whole game rather than you're seeing people drop and the fittest team win. So I think it's good, especially as you mentioned before about advertising and the ability to do so. So hopefully it will help improve the growth of hockey in the future.
Most certainly. I think the rule adaptations that we've seen in the last few years have been significant, and not a lot of other sports have had the changes that we've seen in hockey with the self-pass and bringing down overheads with our stick over the, up high in the air, and even recently with the Hockey 1 rules, with the shootout conversions. Hockey's been quite innovative with their rule changes and always looking to tinker with their product to make it exciting for different people to observe and challenging the players with different rules. But I think over the next few years, if we can get a good product and stick with it, it'll help with our existing members understanding, the format and the rules of the game and ultimately making it a product which people can understand and enjoy to watch.
And we saw with Club Glenvale, the one-on-ones, once a field goal has been scored, how long do you think it is before we'll see that in club fixtures?
I think we're kind of reliant on the powers that be at a higher level. So ultimately, if Hockey Queensland continue to play those Hockey 1 rules at a state championship level, then I think there will be a flow-on effect in the club competition. Ultimately, we are a feeding chain, so if the powers that be above us implement those rules, it makes sense for us to consider adopting them at a local level. So it'll be interesting to see next year if that is to be the case. If Hockey Queensland do that, then I think there's a strong possibility that we could look at implementing them in these fixtures.
I actually find myself missing the one-on-ones. You're used to that sort of action and that last, one-on-one and that excitement. So I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it. I don't score that often, Matt, so it doesn't really bother me too much with the one-on-ones. So good luck to the strikers, I say.
Well, if you're missing it, guys, you can come out in 2 weeks' time and check it out in the Opens Championship, which will be here in Toowoomba, and they'll be playing that format. So if you're not familiar with it, come out and check it out and make up your own mind, whether you like it, whether you don't. And there'll be plenty of Toowoomba athletes, with over 72 athletes from Toowoomba participating in that event, plus plenty of umpires, coaches and officials. It'll be a great weekend, and as we've said, if you have a spare few hours, get out here and check it out. It promises to be a great weekend of hockey.
I'll be here.
I hope so. So just under 12 minutes to go here in the final quarter. Red Lions breakaway through Hobday and Harland having a good battle. Free hit just outside. Josh Bidgood on the ball, finds his brother Nick. Corey Goose. Great backhand, which was flat across the face. Couldn't get a touch on it though. Rangeville will run clear.
Oh, just run it out over the sideline.
Wilson Love with some good speed, but couldn't quite control that. Goes over the sideline. Schroeder on the ball. Back to Smith. To Burge. Into Boyd. Just not really having a lot of pressure on the ball from Rangeville. Red Lions are allowed to dominate in terms of 3 or 4 passes with no pressure on the ball. As we see Lions here, good tackle there from Speed, Hamish Speed. Another one of those young players from Rangeville, just dispossessed though. Dylan Pember on the ball, in he goes, good touch. It'll be a long corner. Number of long corners tonight for Red Lions, plenty of practice. Dylan Pember goes direct, chaos in the circle, ball spilling anywhere. Rangeville managed to clear. Carl Harland up off a Red Lions stick and deemed as dangerous. That'll be a free hit. Tommy Campbell on the ball, finds Jack Hill, 3v3 situation.
Oh, great
good ball. Across, well defended by Smith. Turtle nearly got his first touch again.
$10 he doesn't touch it all night now.
Look out. Who's betting? We're in trouble here.
We're in trouble. Either that or Turtle is.
Wilson Love, one touch pass in the midfield, tight area there. Ball out to the right half of Rangeville. Down the line, but intercepted by Bidgood. Bradford now on the ball for Rangeville. Wins a free hit. Quite quick off the mark, Kane Bradford. Callum McCurley to Bradford. Goes hard and direct. Just couldn't quite get on the end of it there.
Just hit his foot instead of his stick.
Smith, great ball to Boydie. A little bit of a loose pass, and Wilson Love does well to intercept. Good ball to Bradford. Across here, Maury on the ball. Onto the left-hand side. Tommy Campbell with the shot and a short corner, and there you go, Turtle.
Technically Turtle. It's not a touch. It was a short corner before he touched it.
Look out, Moose.
Nah, sorry, technicalities here. The short corner was blown before he touched it. Sorry.
Will we see
Doesn't
a touch?
Count.
Will we see a touch here then? There's a short corner. Moose confident Turtle won't get a touch. I'm backing Rangeville here. I'm backing Rangeville to
I'd like to see Rangeville get it in.
At least get a shot on target. Get Turtle in the game. Might have cold feet. We've got Bradford on the hit. Harland on the flick. Ball goes out to Campbell with the trap. Harland with the flick. Turtle with the save. Good power, but just a save.
Great save though,
yes, savable height, the flick. Pember now with the ball. Harland gets a touch, but can't quite intercept. Roberts goes back. Back and around, Range will go. Need to get some shape and structure.
Rangeville, they've just seemed to started to attacking in this second half as well. So they've found their defensive structure and they've got into the circle there and got that short corner. So they're starting to find that it's probably a bit late in the game now, but it's something to build on, something to work on going into the next few weeks. Again, as we mentioned before, it's only the second week of competition for the clubs. So hopefully they'll be able to build on this coming into the next few weeks.
Certainly. And as we said, they're also a really young squad. Particularly, they've got some players playing key positions that are only teenagers. So they'll improve over the next couple of weeks. As we see another teenager go across the face in Ollie Harding. Hobday was there looking to complete his hat-trick. Couldn't quite get a touch. I believe it'll be a long corner though. Must have touched the defender.
And still 0-0 on field 2 with the ladies team with 6 minutes to go. Again, still a bit of a shock result so far up there.
Yeah, I saw North's train on Tuesday night, and they had 14 at training in their women's A1 training, and they look sharp, and ultimately they're taking it to the defending premiers in Past High.
Good on them.
Good steal though from Pekka. And that'll be a long corner. Wilson Love with the defensive touch. Red Lions really utilising their substitutions now, regularly rolling their interchange as we see Corey Goose on, Bradley Hobday off. Nielsen to Boyd. Boyd and Kane Bradford have a good contest, but Bradford's quick, just loses his footing though. And Boyd on the ball. Goes all the way over to the help side, finds Elliott's speed. Wilson Love does well. Some good contests still. We're late in the game, but both teams are still flying into contests.
5 minutes left.
Nathan Case on the ball. Schroeder, back to Case. Into Nielsen. Good ball protection skills, but...
Still got it.
Yeah, good strength. I thought he lost it there, but Nielsen's done well. Hard challenge. Maury with the hard challenge, but Nielsen did well to keep his feet and keep his strength on the ball. Tommy Campbell finds Haaland. Back to Campbell. Infield to Haaland. They've got space if they can keep going right.
Oh.
Jack Hill.
Great
Here's
ball.
the space. Here's Bradford. That's electric speed. One hand pick up. He's flying into the circle. Shot. Into Turtle again. Second save there. Moves.
This as well. It's not $10 for every touch he makes.
Great counter attack, and that's potential. That's promise that Coach Ryan Williams will like. There's
Just
plenty
the speed.
plenty of speed.
Yeah.
If they can utilise that counter attacking in the future.
Oh, unlucky.
It's a good opportunity for them to work on in the coming weeks, though. That was electric, the speed from Bradford. Brownhall's down the line to his mate Smith, Craig Smith, to Case. The old boys connecting. Case just keeps it in. They're a slick outfit, this Red Lions, and plenty of experience there, highlighted in the passing between Nathan Case, Lachlan Brownhills and Craig Smith. Been applying their trade here in Toowoomba for a number of years.
And even the young ones, what great mentors they have with those older gentlemen playing.
Here we see Craig Smith on the ball, finds young gun Dylan Pember. Ball finds its way out to Will Nielsen on the right tee spot, drives in and wins a short corner.
2.5 minutes to go.
In or out move?
Oh, look. In.
She's
First
going
battery, drag put.
I think if Kane Bradford can get out quickly, he just proved how electric he is and how much acceleration he has. So he'll be the number one runner for Rangeville. I think if he picks the right battery and runs the right line, it's hard to flick around him.
Yeah, you're right. I don't envy the first runners.
Here we go. Corey Goose with the flick. Good save.
Oh, mate.
Brownhills.
Oh, just missed it.
We thought we saw a goal then on pitch
no.
2, but
They've
no.
disallowed it.
Disallowed goal. We thought Norths were up there, which would have been a major upset.
Yeah.
But no, back to the action here. Red Lions on the ball. 6-0, 1 minute, 90 seconds. Well, 90 seconds to go. Pemba on the ball.
And that's 1-0 on field 2, with Pastai having a quick counter attack and going 1-0 up.
How quickly can hockey change?
How quickly?
Norths thought they'd scored in the women's game, and 30 seconds later, Pastai come up and score. In the men's here, we've got a short corner. Will Scorer just made a great save from the previous short corner here. Haven't seen a lot of variation from Lions. It's been quite direct. Lots of direct flicks and a couple of direct hits. Interesting to see whether they try something. 40 seconds to go. Got Corey Goose on battery 1. Burge on battery 2. We go to Burge. Goes for the flick.
And another short corner.
Again, Bradford out quick. Cops another one. Get the ice ready.
Manager, sort that out. That'll be it for this. This will be the last short corner that we'll see for the game. All 10 players are. Obviously, the goalie can't come past the 25. 25 or halfway? 25.
Good question.
I'm not a goalie, so it doesn't really doesn't apply to me too much. But we'll see 10 attacking players inside. As long as it doesn't come outside the dotted lines, it's still considered play on.
And that's an average injection from Craig Smith. And he's just
think it was
thrown it
on
over the back line.
And great game by Red Lions.
Yeah, they were hungry tonight and ultimately come away 6-0 winners. Rangeville had some positive signs. I think their counter-attack with Bradford and Wilson Love, plenty of speed up there, so the counter-attacks will be dangerous. Just got to tighten up at the back and the midfield got to get a bit more composure and time on the ball. But they're all young and they'll improve.
And their second half was much better than their first half, so I think that's something else that they can build on. So I think there's great signs going into the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Guys, we'll be back very shortly for coverage between Northern Suburbs and Past Thai in the A1 men's fixture in about 10 minutes' time. Don't go anywhere, guys.